So today we're going to talk about how to pick a knit fabric for a knit project. As you guys know, I really like knits, and so we have two patterns here. We have Simplicity 1072 and Simplicity 8702, two very different projects that require two very different knits. And as you can see on the back of the envelope there, the knit projects are going to call for two different knits that have different types of stretch. So let's start. We are going to use a little scrap of knit fabric here. The first one is this kind of pink itty that I have. It has pretty good stretch. You want to make sure that when you do this pick a knit rule that you actually have the end of the fabric that's going to stretch, and you're going to choose approximately 3 to 4 inches to do this little experiment. So here's our bar, and our bar is telling us how far to stretch. And so here we have about 4 inches of fabric, and we have to stretch it to this line. As you can see, it makes it very well. If we try to stretch it a little bit more, the fabric starts to get distorted. If the pick and knit rule was way out here, then this wouldn't be a fabric that I would use. Let's now try the black fabric. This fabric is a more heavyweight fabric. It's a Ponte. Once again, put it up against the black bar and then stretch it. It makes it also. Now, these two fabrics are very different. This fabric is very heavy, and I actually had to pull very hard to get it to stretch. And you can do that. You can pull a fabric and say, oh yeah, it makes it, but you see that little hump that's in the fabric right there? That's telling me this is not going to work because it's folding and it's distorted. Now, if you're going to use the other end of the fabric, you could try to do that. If you're going to cut it this way, actually this would be the way that I would cut it anyway. It does not distort, but I'm really having to put quite a bit of tension on it. On 8720, this is a 8702, excuse me, this is a jogger, and so this is a heavyweight Ponte. I wouldn't use this anyway for this project, but if you didn't know that and you tried to stretch it, you can see it never makes it. I'm really having to stretch a whole lot, and I'm getting this curl or this bubble in the fabric. That's what you want to avoid. Same kind of situation here with the pink itty. Again, if I take it right here at the black bar and then I stretch it, you can see that works. I'm not distorting the fabric at all. If I try to pull it a little bit more, you see that curl where I get a shadow. That's what you want to avoid. So pick a knit rule, it's really important. It's going to make the difference in whether or not your projects work or not. So pay attention when you're picking out fabric so your projects come out nice.